Because I don't think people in those days used centimetres. Do you? I think they all had inches.
Yeah, likely.
I don't really understand the War of 1812, do you?
Was that the war, the American Indian War, or what was that?
1812 was when
The war between Canada and the United States?
which really wasn't a war, but it was a...
Oh, I see.
a-
Yes, it was England wanted people to pay taxes. Was that the same war?
Yes, it was all very complicated. I'm going to read, there's a book called Tecumseh and Brock, which apparently is going to tell me all about it. 'Cause
Well,
I don't...
From what I know, we had to study that when I grew up.
So I'm sure you did.
And it was, the Boston Tea Party was the beginning.
Yes,
They
that's
decided
right.
not to pay taxes. And then
And
they
people
were
dumped
gonna
the tea into the sea, didn't they?
that's right. And then people wanted to, some people wanted to stay with England, and some people were fighting against England for the freedom of the colonies. And so the ones that,
The Loyalists.
that's right. So the ones that were for England came north. And the ones that wanted to be
That's right.
done with England
Stayed.
stayed.
And that was when the Loyalists came up,
That's right.
and there was quite a big population.
Explosion.
Yes, I think we had Loyalists up in Oakville.
Even St. Lawrence has Loyalist College.
That's right, yes. Anyway, I'm not very good on my North American history.
Oh, that's right. You weren't raised here.
No?
Oh, and you would have known Benedict Arnold to be a traitor. No.
No, I don't think I never heard of him before.
Oh, Benedict Arnold was an American, was a traitor because he went and sided with the British. But the British thought of him as a hero, except he had already done something like this before, so he already kind of
Muddied the waters.
He already kind of was a traitor. Okay, so now I'm going to do this again.
Just going to do this right here. Well, all I know is that there was an American Civil War.
That was in...
17...
No, that was 1860. That was to free the slaves.
That's right, yes. And I read a wonderful book about the horse that belonged... Was it Patton? Was it General Patton? Anyway, it was a terrific book about a horse. I read ages ago, thinking what a wonderful horse it was. He had this amazing horse. But I didn't do very much in the way of American history. And there was I think at school they did history, but I didn't do it. I did geography. And when I was at school, you either did history or geography. You did physics or chemistry. No, physics and chemistry or biology, that's right. I did biology. No, I did physics and chem. Anyway, it was a very funny sort of system we had. Very funny sort of system in England.
You had to decide if you were going to go to university?
No, nobody ever talked about university when I was at school.
Oh, okay.
It was, you see, I was at school just after the war. And I don't think there were any universities, very many, because all the people who'd been in the war came back and went to university. It was very, very difficult to get to university. It would have been quite easy during the war, but after the war, all the people who'd been in the services came back and took all the university places. Because they had missed out when they were in the services. So nobody ever suggested any girl. I know why my parents were so negligent. They didn't think about girls being educated. They just thought they'd just grow up and get married and that would be it. Very, very short-sighted. Very English. But we didn't. But
You
it's-
went around the world, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you started to go around the world and then you met John.
I knew, but I was already what they call here an X-ray technician.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I had a trade. I had a very good trade, actually, or job, or whatever you like to call it. I mean, I was employable, and my training was very well respected because we were very well trained in England. So luckily, when I came to Toronto and I went to have an interview at St. Joseph's Hospital, the head radiographer, superintendent of the technician, knew where I'd trained. I think that was where I got the job. He said, this girl knows what she's doing. And I did. It was run by the Roman Catholics. And then when I went home, got married and came back, I worked for the Jewish people at Mount Sinai. So I did rather well, really. But the Jewish doctors weren't very nice. I much preferred the Roman Catholic doctors. Jewish doctors used to come and chase us around the dark room at night and things.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Very dangerous in those days. You know, because we'd be on duty all by ourselves in the X-ray department. And then we'd have these people to X-ray. There, I've got as far as that, see? But I'm going to
Ta-da.
have to do another nice long row of narrow stuff to keep my row of... This has to be pushed down and kept in place. But I really need a row